Well, we could talk about the Music Venue Trust, which seems a brilliant initiative, link in description, but let's talk song. Before we start, let me quickly thank Andrew Morgan for his amazing support of the channel, and for today especially Georgiana BS for her support and also for her song suggestion, because she apparently mobilized several likers and commenters to get me to react to Taylor Swift's So Long London. It's not a new song, it's from her album The Tortured Poets Department. I've only listened to Fortnite on that album, which I kind of wasn't very enthusiastic about. So Long London is a suggestion that I'm more than happy to react to and analyze. I really want to learn what's the deal with that amazing songwriter that Taylor Swift is. So without further ado, let's get going. Step 1. Find key. I'm surprised and flattered. I believe is the tonal center of that thing. Let's listen to that beautiful thing here. Basically, it's an A major arpeggio, but it's so beautiful. So basically, the main melody does this here, I believe. Is it also the Big Ben melody, which would make it even cooler? So no, not really, but it certainly gives us bell vibes, right? So long. And I think they go to the dominant E there as well, which also makes sense when talking about bells. Okay, now the song starts. What a cool intro. So this is the underlying thing, right? It's always an A major idea with beautiful arrangements and counterpoints and ideas, but it's basically that, right? Sometimes with a tiny dominant intermezzo, but the general idea is the introduction of the key that we are in, which is certainly A major. Okay, so there we introduced a chord progression. Oh, interesting. Starting on the 4 chord. I think it's a 4-5-1 idea. Very, very traditional, but in this arrangement, very, very innovative. I think it's 4. I think 4 for 2 bars. And then we've got the 5 and the 1. Interesting, interesting, interesting.
Saw in my mind fairy lights through the mist.
This is Lana Del Rey vibes that I get. Da 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 da. Which is interesting is that the underlying chord is the D major, where the C sharp wouldn't be expected, which is the major 7 note. Really cool.
I kept calm and carried the weight of the rift, pulled him.
Was it the E chord?
I kept calm and carried the weight of the.
No, it was not. So we have got a new idea there.
I saw in my mind fairy lights through the mist. I kept calm and carried.
I think we go from 4 to 2 minor. I think we go from D major to B minor. Something that might have been in the intro already, but it was kind of hard to spot because of the arrangement ideas. So we certainly have got a repetition of that melodic idea. And then... Okay.
Pulled him in tighter each time he was drift.
Again.
In a way.
Oh, really interesting. So the chord progression is a 4-2 minor 5-1, right? The melody is that motif here, or landing here, I should say. This repeats 3 times on 3 different chords. Then And then she resolves to bum bum. Let's look at lyrics. I saw in my mind fairy lights through the mist. I kept calm and carried the weight of the rift, pulled him in tighter each time he was drifting away, which is really cool because she creates a beautiful three-line idea, the third line featuring that internal rhyme with drifting, so we would have some kind of AAA rhyming structure, but certainly with a surprising ending when she does not end on an ift rhyme, but instead on this away rhyme. Really cool. What I also like is the alliterations that she includes with the sound in the first line. I saw in my mind fairy lights through the mist, 3 M sounds, quite remarkable. And in the second line, it's the K sounds, the K sounds. I kept calm and carried the weight of the rift, with 3 ideas in that direction. Pulled him in tighter each time he was drifting away. We could say that we have got a TD sound group here with 4 T or D sounds in total, tighter, time, drifting. So certainly something that was a conscious choice.
My spine split from carrying us up the hill.
Continuing that verse idea.
Wet through my clothes, weary bones caught the chill.
Certainly again with alliterations with my spine split from carrying us up the hill, S sounds in that case, wet through my clothes, weary bones caught the chill, so at least 2 W sounds.
Stop trying to make him laugh, stop trying to drill the safe.
And again, right, with that resolution, really, really interesting. Pickup idea.
Much sad did you think I had, did you?
Same chord progression. Certainly new section. I would call this a pre-chorus. So first contrast, certainly with that pickup.
Thinking, how much sad did you?
Right? So it's basically turning around that idea. Is what we had in the verse. So the downward movement. And now we turn this around and the motif now is an uplifting one. Well, uplifting and then again going down. So this time we've got an arc there. Thinking, how much sad did you think I had?
Think I had, did you?
Okay, with that weird stops, thinking, how much sad did you? Think I had, did you? Repeating that melodic motif as well.
Think I had in me.
And again with a resolution outside of that usual motif, okay? So this is a similarity to the verse. Which is also interesting is that she would use that rather cheesy but certainly very dominant minor 7 note on the dominant chord, which is of course the strongest dominant pull that you can get. But then she chooses to resolve it the way she resolved the verse as well.
So long, London.
Chorus, certainly with new chords. I have to understand where this tragedy idea comes in.
Oh, the tragedy.
Oh, so it's kind of an afterthought to the pre-chorus. Oh, the tragedy, but certainly no real melodic embedment around or within the pre-chorus.
So long, London.
New chord progression that I believe is this here. Okay, I believe we're talking about a 2 minor, 6 minor, 2 minor, 6 minor, 1-5 progression. In that case, with B minor that goes to F sharp minor, then we have got A to E. Melody.
So long, London.
Very on the grid. chord notes only, almost a bit boring, right? So we've got a whole note melody at the beginning of the chorus, and in terms of melody to chord relationship, we would have the root note that then becomes the minor 3, that then becomes the major 3, that then becomes the 5. Unexpected.
You'll find someone.
Repeat that melody idea. Ba-do-da-dum. Also interesting that she would stay within that major third range. Remember that we had the verse, then we had the pre-chorus, and then she chooses something else with those 3 notes. So yes, interesting.
Didn't opt in to be your odd man out. I found at the club she's heard great things about.
Is that verse number 2?
I saw in my mind fairy lights through the mist.
Yes, so relatively short chorus as well, with 2 lines only. So long London, you'll find someone. And then we directly go into the second verse, that this time lyric-wise is I didn't opt in to be your odd man out, which is kind of hard to understand, but sounds very intelligent.
I left all I knew, you left me at the house by the heath.
Always resolving. Ba, 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 bum. There.
CPR, after all, it's no use. The spirit was gone, we would never come to.
Really, really cool. So we have got lyrics. I didn't opt in to be your odd man out. I found at the club she's heard great things about. I left all I knew, you left me at the house by the heath. Of course, obvious alliteration with house by the heath. I stopped CPR. After all, it's no use. The spirit was gone. We would never come to. And I'm pissed off. She phrases this remarkably.
And I'm pissed off.
And I'm pissed off you let me give you all that youth for free. Again, with the obvious alliteration with you and youth.
So long.
Oh, no pre-chorus. Getting to the point quicker, right? Remember that the pre-chorus before chorus number 1 was this here.
Thinking, how much sad did you?
Right? This we don't get, but we directly go to London.
Stitches undone.
New rhyme, stitches undone, certainly same melodies, same chords from the chorus.
2 graves, 1 gun.
2 graves, 1 gun. Very, very powerful image.
I'll find someone.
And the you will find someone that we had in chorus number 1 now becomes I'll find someone in a doubled second chorus. So we've got 4 lines this time. For so long London, stitches undone, 2 graves, 1 gun, I'll find someone.
You say I abandoned the ship, but I was going down with it.
What is this now? So we certainly have got the motif from the verse, but we develop it differently.
And you say I abandoned the ship, but I was going down with it. My white tied to your quiet resentment, and my friend said it isn't right to be scared.
It's weird.
And you say I abandoned.
We have got the same chords. We have got the same chords as in the chorus, but we start on the second chord. For some reason, we don't start with the B minor, but instead with the F sharp minor, with the 6 minor chord.
And you say I abandoned the ship, but
And you say I abandoned the ship. Same idea from the verse in terms of melody, but now it resolves differently.
I was going down with it.
But I was going down with it. We know that leap already, also the resolution to the A major chord.
My white knuckle dying grip.
We don't know the repetition of this. White knuckle dying grip, which makes sense because we have got the E that is the root note of the E major chord.
Holding tight to your quiet resentment in my.
And then we go back to that. So that is weird, right? So we have got at least in terms of melodic motifs, we have got this dum, right? That then gets replaced by ba 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 bum. This repeats first, so we have got two ba da 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 dum ideas before we go back to that ba da 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 dum. That is really interesting. Let's look at lyrics. And you say I abandoned the ship, but I was going down with it, my white-knuckled iron grip holding tight to your quiet resentment. Very, very poetic words, not a clear and definable rhyming pattern.
Every day a love affair, every breath feels like rarest air. So how much sad did you?
Oh, interesting. And then she goes to the so much sad did you, which was the pre-chorus. So really interesting primary bridge here, right? Starting on the 6 minor, keeping the chord progression from the chorus the same. The second half of the lyrics were now, and my friends said it isn't right to be scared. Every day of a love affair, every breath feels like rarest air when you're not sure if he wants to be there. And that then transitions into that pre-chorus that we know from before chorus 1.
How much sad did you think I had? Did you? How much?
What's interesting is that they do a complete reharm of the pre-chorus. Remember that the first time around the pre-chorus was this here.
How much sad did you think I had? Did you?
D, B minor, E, A. So 4, 2 minor, 5, 1. This time we do something that develops out of the primary bridge idea.
So how much sad did you think I?
So this time we have got a 6 minor, 1, 5, 2 minor idea on the same melody.
Think I had in me? How much tragedy think I'd go for? I'd self-implode for I'd be.
And here building tension on the 2 minor chord, which is quite interesting. We've seen pre-choruses consisting only of the 2 minor chord because apparently the 2 minor chord also is able to build the tension that normally we would expect from the dominant chord. The lyrics certainly become something really, really new. So how much sad did you think I had? Did you think I had in me? Something that we know. That then becomes how much tragedy? Just how long did you think I'd go before I'd self-implode, before I'd have to go be free? And this time this be free really gets prolonged and we have got this building of tension.
Swore that you loved me, but where were the clues? I died on the altar.
Verse number 4. Interesting.
Sacrifice us to the gods of your bluest days.
You swore that you loved me, but where were the clues? I died on the altar, waiting for the proof. Ooh. You sacrificed us to be gods of your bluest days. Don't know what it means, certainly powerful.
I'm just getting color back into my face. Loved this place.
Verse progression, new melody that builds even more, right? Also, of course, supported by the arrangement that's got this shuffly thing that builds like crazy. But the new melody idea is...
And I'm just getting color back into my face.
Right? Really punching in that B, right? Ba-dum, da-dum, da-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum.
I'm just mad as hell 'cause I loved this place.
It's the first time that we hear the D in the melody, right? So the first time that we actually break this major third range and we include this D. Ba-da-dum. And it's of course this nostalgic melody line is prosodically underlined in the lyrics where it says I'm just mad as hell because I loved this place, right? And what better way to illustrate the love than this nostalgic melody line.
So long, London.
New rhyme. So long London had a good run.
A moment of war
rhyme.
But I'm not the one.
Well, the one doesn't really rhyme with London, but still, it's the same soundscape idea.
So long, London.
What an unusual chorus, right? With whole note melodies. And still, it's able to develop a story. This is rather interesting. So you've got 4 syllables and a melodic line. And of course, you are allowed to develop this further. She does that by finding new rhymes every time she goes back to the So Long London idea. And by finding new rhymes, she certainly is able to develop the plot. Stitches Undone. So this is the chorus number 2, I believe, that we had. The long one with the 4 lines. I think there was a reharm idea. Yes, it's a really, really tiny idea. The only thing that changes is the bass note. The bass, where it was E, the root note before, now turns into G sharp. Creating that beautiful chord inversion, but at the same time a chromatic movement in the bass. Look at the A there, that only has to move 1/2 step down to get to the G sharp. Really, really cool tiny idea that I believe they only applied 1 time, which makes it even cooler. Ending on the dominant chord, leaving the uncertainty of the "you'll find someone" is in fact going to be true. This was my live reaction and on-the-fly analysis of Taylor Swift's So Long London, a song from 2024, so a bit older than the others that I have been reacting to recently. Still something that was new to me and that I enjoyed very much. I'm sure we can take away valuable songwriting learnings. Songwriting learning number 1 is about a deliberate limitation of your melody range. In that case, she took it to a ridiculous level. She chose to only have 3 melody notes that she could work with, namely the C sharp, the B, and the A. And then she found different ways to approach those 3 melody lines. First melodic motif was that. Second motif was that. Third motif was that. It's crazy how much you can do with those 3 notes. And yes, there was this D idea 1 time. And yes, there was this resolution to the E in the lower register, always at the end of the phrases, but the core ideas, the rock solid notes, were certainly only the 3 that I mentioned, the C sharp, B, and A. What a great songwriting challenge that she gave herself. When I say she, I also mean Aaron Dessner, the 2 songwriters of that song, Taylor Swift and Aaron Dessner. What a great songwriting challenge they gave themselves, and they completed and were very, very successful with. Songwriting learning number 2, something that we have seen in other songs, which is shortening second verses and pre-choruses to get to the point quicker. In that case, she chose to completely omit pre-chorus number 2 so that she can go quicker to the So Long London idea, which is certainly a very, very strong chorus hook. If you use that verse pre-chorus chorus structure, you can either think about shortening verse lengths in general or getting rid of sections altogether. This certainly drives the movement of the song, and in this case we could even bring back the pre-chorus idea later, so we didn't really miss the second time around because it came back. So a really, really good idea and something that we can apply to our own songwriting as well. And then songwriting learning number 3, something very unusual that for some reason is powerful. It's the whole note melody that she chose for her choruses. Whole notes means that you only have got 4 syllables in that case to tell a story. And she always parts from that so long London idea, 4 syllables, and finds different rhymes to develop that idea, always 4 syllables in the lines, kind of limited again by her own choice, by choosing the whole note melodies, but certainly creating something that is very unusual and very unique. So something that we can always include into our own toolbox to kind of limit ourselves in terms of metric rhythm in that case, and thereby creating something new and powerful. And this was my live reaction on the fly analysis of Taylor Swift's So Long London from the Tortured Poets department. If you liked my video to it, leave me the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and leave friendly comments. Please also consider becoming a member of this enterprise. Thanks again to Andrew Morgan and especially to Georgiana for suggesting that beautiful song. Please also check out the descriptions under the video for further resources like the almost but not quite complete guide to songwriting, a link tree where you find additional material, and also the direct links that you find in the description. I guess we've talked song. You can talk about the Music Venue Trust now. I will leave you the link there as well because it sounds like a brilliant enterprise. I guess we've talked song. We've talked about Music Venue Trust now. I will see you soon. Bye bye.